So this is a talk about slides, and obviously I don't have any because I wasn't ready for this. Anyway, this is more. So the title of the talk is programming slides, and that means it's not slides about programming, but it's programming your slides. I've been giving presentations at conferences since 2000. I started without any slides. Then I switched on to TT to produce some HTML. Then I tried Magic Pie, I think that was called. Then I had a Perl program writing text on the screen, and that went a little bit weird. That was in Paris 10 years ago. At some point I tried Takahashi and use Zool, but that doesn't work anymore. But that was some programming language for Firefox, I think, which was, so you had basically one word per slide, and it was resizing the font so you were sure that the word would fit the whole slide. Then around 2005 I switched to S5, and I actually made a program to turn, because writing HTML is annoying, so I had a text source that was turned into HTML rendered with S5, something like that.
What is S5?
It's an HTML plus CSS plus some JavaScript, I guess, by, I think it's Eric Mayer, some JavaScript hacker. Then I kind of gave up on writing my own tools and used Impress for a while to produce PDFs. So I also gave up on HTML actually. Then last year I think I wrote a program that used PDF API 2 to produce the slides. Because basically my problem is that every time I want to do a talk, the tool I have does not fit, is not able to do what I want. So of course I need to write the tool to write the slides, and then I'm late for doing the slides like today. I'll show you the tool I was writing for tonight. And so the last talk I gave was at the booking annual meeting, and again I wanted to do something special, and I decided the only way to get everything exactly pixel perfect was to write the whole talk in PostScript. So it looked like this, and already you see one of the problems with slides. It's this slide are 16 by 9 and the screen is 4 by 3, which is a little bit annoying. So I'm going to fix this. The problem is it takes a while because there are lots of pictures. So the idea with PostScript is that you can, it's a programming language, so if something is missing, you can just write it yourself. The problem with PostScript is that it's very different from other programming languages, so you need to be to learn the culture and the way to do things, which I only realized at the end of doing that set of slides. So, but I was much faster at the end than at the beginning. The benefit is that as soon as you have to move images around, and I'll show some examples here, it has a bunch of commands made exactly for that. That machine is slow, it's annoying. The main issue with PostScript is that it's a little bit, or maybe I don't know exactly yet how to do that. I just realized today that you can actually read from standard input, so I guess it's possible to write filters like you do in Perl, but in PostScript. It's just that managing strings is really annoying. It's like in C, but worse. Okay, so what this is supposed to show is that I just switch the settings and it's going to recompute all the slides to fit in 4 by 3.
How many slides are there?
The problem is how many images are there. Right, yeah. So now it fits the whole screen and it's cool. It should have been really fast. So when I was writing the tools, I had some notes that it's showing me, and I can regenerate the slides without showing them. That's one of the examples of things you can program in your tool. So this is the kind of stuff I wanted to do. Play with zooms and stuff like that. And it's fucking annoying in Impress. You have to say, okay, select everything, move it to the center and so on, all using the mouse. It's really boring. You can do fun stuff like this, and I mean, yeah, so that's one of the jokes actually of the slide. I guess I even have the sound effects. Okay, so I'm not in sync with my slides anyway. So another fun thing. So I had the Booking.com logo in a vector file. I could do this really easily. It's like a loop with just changing the aspect ratio. So a little bit of computing where the center of that dot was in the file. So I had to read the encapsulated PostScript to find out where that was. And then you can do the loop out again, stuff like that. One fun thing that you have in PostScript is the rand function, which you can use to generate random stuff, like this. So if I were to regenerate the slides, actually I think because it was so long to show pics. No. And this should be fast. Yeah, the demo effect. So where is that?
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what is slow now. Anyway. Yeah, it's actually faster. Okay, cool. So, if you looked at the previous slides, it was different. Then, of course, when you generate several slides, you need to store the seed somewhere, so the randomness is not so random anymore. And again, the dots here are placed in a random location. Kind of stuff you can have fun with, like doing stuff around the text, things like that are really easy. And even the boring bullets take a little bit more work than with Impress, but you can also do that. So that's the trick for being fast when generating images. Just put a square instead. And what you can see there is for every file that I used that was encapsulated PostScript, it's actually zooming in at the highest possible resolution so that it fits within the margins. Oh, maybe I should show the margins. Oh, never mind. Okay, so that's what I did a few months ago. And then I realized, okay, I want to do my next slides like this. But it's going to be really painful if I have to rewrite the basic stuff again and again and again. So I made so that's what I did today, and obviously I'm not finished with it. I made a Perl program that takes very few arguments, mostly the size of or actually the aspect ratio of your PDF, and then it feeds these values to PostScript to produce a PDF. And because of the way it's done, I can give the values to PostScript, and they are available within the PostScript program. So if we look at, where is it? Right, so this is my script. It does nothing at the moment. And we'll do even less. Okay. Right. So there's exactly.
no way that people...
Right, so that's the only slide in my presentation. That's the debugging stuff, so I can see exactly if I want to center something, but it's just here. And the idea with this tool is that I can change stuff like, of course it's going to blow up.
That screen that you're typing in now, can you make that the main screen and increase the font size?
I guess I can.
Yeah.
Is that better? Okay. So I expect I can. Okay. And I have a bunch of things available, like
You get an error.
and it doesn't work. Okay, so I don't know what happened. Never mind. You can also do it like this. Yeah? But it doesn't. Maybe it does. Okay, so the idea is that because everything is programmable and the basic metrics of the page are available to the program, I can, if I code carefully, I can make sure that I always have the right number of lines in my slides, that my pictures always fit, stuff like that. So my goal for some other time is to basically improve on that Perl program. And most of the Perl program is actually the data part, which has a bunch of PostScript comments. And I want to make this my toolbox for my next talk. The idea being that, for example, PostScript is able to read files. So whenever I want to load an encapsulated PostScript file, I can have the program read the beginning of the file, find the bounding box, and then do all the computation by itself. Because what I did for last December is I actually read the file and copy-pasted the dimensions, and that's a little bit annoying. So, right, everything is data. We have a programming language who can handle the data and show nice things. I think they were nicer in the other set of slides. And so that's about everything I wanted to show.
Is it going to go on sheet then when you're done?
Maybe. The main problem, I think, is to be useful, it should have a bunch of functions that are the minimum you need to make slides, but then the whole point of the thing is you make your own comments. So, and then there's going to be an issue if, so yeah, let's look.
Yeah, can you show us what the code would look like, for instance, that booking.com Word? Like, what does that look like in...
Okay, so, and that's the other window. So that's the file that was actually produced, I think, by, oh no, actually that's whatever Booking gave me. So it's mostly a bunch of comments. So that's the way, that's a name. The braces mark the beginning of a piece of executable code. That's the end, and then you define that code to that name. And whenever you call TM, it's going to run all of this. And the way PostScript works, because it had to run on printers 25 years ago, it's consuming as little memory as possible, and it's actually an interpreted language. So it does things while reading the file, and which means it doesn't go back, it doesn't look ahead, and whenever it's a word that is executable, it actually does it. And it's based on dictionaries, which are another name for hashes. It has a whole bunch of dictionaries, and you can put your own stuff in the dictionary. That's what they are doing here. So because setGray is too long to type for the computer, they set this as G, and then it's used somewhere. And that's most of the program, because it's a vector image, the Booking.com logo. It's just a bunch of numbers saying do curve with, I guess, those parameters. And then another one here, I think F is for fill. This is moving, so it's based on a stack, so the command is here, and this is what it is going to take on the stack. So this is mostly unreadable, but the computer, knows how to show nice things with it. So that's the logo, and then in my program I just had a subroutine or a command that would show it at whatever location I wanted, and then rotate it. And so I just had to make a loop with a list of scales, and it would just put it at the same place at different scales.
Yeah, because I saw you use the prologue as well. Are you doing anything very specific in there?
No, I think that what I was doing with PostScript is mostly copy-pasting stuff, because I haven't had time to read this,
Oh yeah.
which is about 500 pages long.
Double-sided.
Sorry?
Double-sided pages.
Yeah, double-sided, yes. It's very long. And so there are shorter introductions, and of course, yeah, most of the really technical stuff is in other documents anyway.
Yeah, those font formats are evil because characters are octal indexes into a dictionary. That stuff is nasty.
You know much more about PostScript than I do.
Actually, a piece of trivia, the original SimCity game, the actual black and white interface was entirely written in PostScript. The entire rendering of SimCity is PostScript. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's rendering in an X window?
No, it's rendering into a DOS window, with all the...
Okay.
We're talking 1980 something, but yes, it was...
Ah, okay, the game itself.
SimCity, yes, the game itself.
Yeah.
The game itself.
I'm not really surprised given who made it. I don't know what I'm looking for in this.
Low memory.
UI framework.
Yeah. No, you can do really cool stuff. The only thing you cannot do with PostScript is transparency. It doesn't support transparency, but PDF does, and you can embed PDF things into PostScript files, and I have no idea how that works. But PDF is basically a fancy version of PostScript that can do a few more things and a few less things. But the funniest part of writing PostScript is having the show page command, that is the one that actually stops rendering and sends the page to the printer. Use that in a loop, because then you can do, like, hello world, go to 10, show page, and you just empty the paper trailer. Yeah, so not much to say about this. PostScript is fun, and you can do pretty things with it. So I hope that my next talk is going to be with slides that will be beautiful and in PostScript. Thank you.